hard time today. Shannon got me good. Here, let me just... Hi, everybody. It's supposed to come up. I don't know why it's not coming up. There we are. Look at the nice banner I made us.
Hey.
I featured you. I featured you in the banner, Shanty. Now there's an ad coming up. We're not supposed to press on our own ad. Ooh, look at these two. What are they up to? What are they up to? Hi, everybody.
Hi, welcome. Closer.
How's it going? I've had this costume since 1979.
Before I was born.
No, you were born.
Pretty.
You were 9. She was 9. My ex-wife made this, Lynn. Thanks, Lynn. Wherever you are.
It's like it's almost, isn't it? It's like vintage now.
It's vintage and it's like vampire.
So happy Halloween, everyone. We thought
happy Halloween.
Check in a few days early.
Check in, get into the spirit of things.
But it's nice to have a few people join us. Hi, Christopher.
Hi, Christopher. Happy Halloween. You know what? This is generally the night that adults do their thing. Usually Saturday, Friday night, sweaters. I don't know, something like that.
Hey, John. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
This is Chris from Charleston, West Virginia.
Hi,
Maria.
Chris.
Hi, Maria.
Hi, Maria. You're always there, Maria. We appreciate you.
And Elf Tone, greetings. Hi.
Look at this. Bad time to be a vampire. Bad time. Bad time to be a vampire.
Where's all your face makeup stuff?
Well, you put nice makeup on. You look. Oh, you smell really nice.
Thanks. So where's all your?
No, this is it. This is like a modern vampire.
Right.
A little retro.
See, at least we still try to be festive.
Try.
Because we're figuring, you know,
From Transylvania.
At this point, you know, we don't want to spend 2 hours taking off all this face makeup.
No, I got no face makeup on. My face is scarier just the way it is. Okay, we want you to send us your most horrifying. I was going to say concert experiences. No, come on, give us some ghost stories. Anybody got some good ghost stories?
Oh, yeah, some haunted house stories.
You know, when I was reading Bram Stoker's Dracula in 75, the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, it might have been 76, I forget what the year was. We were living in an old school, and we had old schools back then had long windows like churches, and the bottom was draped off, you know, with cardboard. We were very poor. And the top was just open. There was no curtain on. It was at night. I would just have to stare at it. And swear to God, one night I looked at the up there, and I saw a face of a man. I thought it was a man. I couldn't decide. I couldn't figure out if it was a man or a woman. It was the weirdest thing that ever happened to me. I remember not being scared. I remember looking at this face. I mean, you'd have to have a ladder to get up there, and it was winter. And the next day we didn't find any tracks. It made no sense.
I remember being totally freaked out from all of the Halloween movies with Michael Myers, and I know there was like Halloween and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. There's like a 7th one now, but I was so scared when I was younger with the mask, and it was like a goalie mask or a hockey mask.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah.
Kind of a goalie mask.
That did it for me.
Yeah, the point of view thing where you could see through his point of view, that was a good idea. That was a smashing idea. Whoa. I'm called Floyd.
Ooh, Elf toasted 13 years in a haunted condo in Milwaukee. We named him Pickles.
Really? Was it really haunted? Did you move before you resolved it? Did you have a? You know, Christopher just told me he had poltergeists because he grew up in a castle, right? And we're releasing part 1 of that on Monday. But yeah, and I talked to Rick Emmett, and I said Rick is a total skeptic, and he's very. It's sobering to talk to Rick because of how he looks at things. And I told him a few things that I couldn't explain in my life. And he says, well, but you never noticed other times where you asked for that and you didn't get it. And he's sobering. Like, I can't say it enough to talk to Rick Emmett because he doesn't believe in any of that stuff. And I got off that conversation going, yeah, you know. Remember your parents were looking after a family member, and when he died, the TV... right when he died, the TV went crazy. His TV in his old age folks home, and you know your parents were going, "Wow, that's like his spirit going into the TV and stuff like." And then the nurse goes, "Oh yeah, he threw his scotch bottle at that a couple of nights ago, and TV's been doing that ever since." But see, if she wouldn't have said that, Huh?
You would have bought into it for
You
sure.
would have bought into it for sure. Spooky. Oh, my. Sound like Council again.
Spacey says, good evening.
Hi.
Happy Halloween, awesome peeps.
You want to hear something spooky? My grandmother used to call Halloween Halloween. She would call it Halloween.
Isn't that kind of the same thing with Santa Claus?
Yeah, Santa Claus. It was Santa Claus and Halloween. You remember that?
I do.
I call her sometimes Shanty or Shanny. I call her Shanny a lot, or Cookie. She likes it.
What's Chase call you, Father J?
Father J. No, he'll call me John at johnbeaudin.com. I don't even have that email address anymore because I was getting too much. Hi, doggy. Too much spam mail, so I erased that. John at johnbeaudin.com. Look, there we are.
So if you have any Halloween stories,
Any Halloween stories? Did anything happen to you? You can talk about music if you want. That's fine. Rick Emmett and I talked the other day for almost 2.5 hours. I said, I got you. Got any interviews? He said, no, I saved it. We're all clear for you today. And at the end of the interview, saying, you're killing me here. I said, well, I got to ask you about Magic Power. My speech tonight is spooky.
what?
It's spooky, I tell you. I'm a radio pronounsticator.
Well, you've had some pretty good interviews lately, so you've been pretty
Colin
steady.
James today, for anybody who doesn't know him in the U.S., you will get to know him. He's released 20 albums. Wait till you hear this guy. If you haven't heard him yet, he's an amazing guitarist. Gave me a great interview today. It's my 3rd interview with Colin. We did one a couple weeks ago as well. Spooky.
Mark Farnham called you Brother John a lot in your interview with him.
Mark Farner, I think, calls everyone brother. I think he does that.
Yeah,
But he called me Brother John. I told him in the beginning of the interview, I said, I think the only reason, really, Mark, I'm talking to you again, because I just like hearing you call me Brother John. And he laughed at that. Mark is a nice man. Love talking to him.
Any Halloweeny stories? Graham Parsons, for instance.
What about him? What about Graham Parsons? Yeah, died too young. That's the thing about this kind of, you look at, we were going to buy a couple of houses while we were moving out east. Remember, we were in the west before in 3 months. 3 months? We've been here? 2 months? Seems like 3 months.
Well, we've done a lot to the house. By the way, painting next week.
Yeah, we're painting these walls.
Say goodbye to the...
This is the first room.
Is it kind of like, it could be like a blood red. Not really.
Spooky,
It's like a burgundy pink kind of stuff. Going on there, so.
It's tough times for vampires. It's just tough times for vampires, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm saying.
Maria says they stole his body and took it out into the desert and set it on fire.
Really?
For I would take it that's Graham Parsons. Wow.
I didn't know that. Look at me. I didn't know that story at all. I have to look that up now. People send me stories all the time, by the way. Just so you guys know that people are always sending me, say, hey, why don't you do something on that? And I'm going, I don't really do, if there's no one to interview and they're all dead, that would be a story for Rock History Book, the other channel. Because Rock History Music, this channel, is us doing a show on Friday night. There's a little dog. And basically just interviews. These are all just short interview clips. The long ones are on Rock History Book.
Greetings from Getty in Omaha, native Montrealer, thinking of Monster Mash by...
Monster Mash?
By Mash Mackin. With 3 future members of April 1.
Mash McCann.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Brian Greenway, Jerry Mercer, and who's the other guy? Who was the other member of April 1? Was Steve Lang in there? No. I don't know. Who's the other guy? Mash McCann. Wasn't that them?
Thanks, Alex. Knight says, hey, good.
Yeah,
Looking good, folks. Thank you.
Thank you. She looks good. I just look like...
Okay.
You know what's spooky? I'm looking forward to when people, because I'm 10 years older than Shannon, almost 11, people coming up to us and say, oh, look, you brought your daughter in. That's a spooky!
Steve Lang was the last one.
Oh, Steve Lang, yeah, he passed away, so I was right. I guessed on Steve Lang, I'll say. Ooh, spooky.
So here's the thing. We have about 4 or 5 different costumes and we just rotate them. So like every couple of years, I'm like, that's a good thing, but then you might see pictures of that we've already had the same thing.
Very short.
This
very, very short.
I'm a pirate, although I should be.
Her dress is very, she could not go out into the, well, you could. Have you ever partied with this dress?
Nope, never. Not at all.
Want to party with this dress?
No. Alex says, I'm so glad you're back east.
Thank you. We're happy to be here. Shannon's never lived here. I grew up here. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
It's a little bit slower pace, but it's a good pace.
You have to call people like 10 times
yes.
for them to get something done. But when they come, it's good. They know a guy who knows a guy. Everyone knows a guy who knows a guy, you know?
And so that part, so we're starting to get into that
Yeah.
that clicky realm of we know someone who knows a guy who knows a guy.
Spooky! Oh my! Oh, look at this.
See, so that's how it kind of works here. Because here in the area that we're in, there's so much construction going on and so much renovations that, you know, if you want to get something done, you can, but you're looking sometimes 4 or 5
I
months
think
away.
you guys are living in the same thing. I think everyone's
Yeah.
living in that situation.
Especially with COVID too, right? So many things are on back order.
Mhm.
You want furniture? Yeah, get there in about a year and a half.
How many lights did you buy today for those lights? What do you call those kind of lights?
Wall sconces. For some reason, the people that lived in this house love lights. So we, in this area alone that we're sitting in, there's like 8 wall sconces all around us. So
No, that's spooky.
our son and myself went out. We tried to tone it down a little bit so that it's that okay.
I didn't know. I just discovered it did that, so I can't stop doing
That
it.
reminds me of like, was it Count Dracula?
No, Count Floyd. Oh yeah, yeah. The Count. One. Yeah.
I don't know why I just thought of that. Anyways, Alex says, hi, I'm in Boston. Hey.
Hey, we're visiting Boston next summer.
And Alex says, someday we'll actually meet.
Well, if you're in Boston, we'll come and see you. What we're going to do then when we visit U.S. cities, and you know, you guys have been really, really supportive. When we visit U.S. cities, we'll, you know, bum a free place to live. No, I'm just joking. We'll stay in a hotel, but we'll come and see you.
Peter says the electric bill will shock you.
What, for sconces?
Well, you know, we're doing everything LED, and
Yeah.
I think I'm more scared.
What do you call those new lights you got? What do you call that?
They're just LED.
That's LED. Okay.
I'm just more scared about the
Spooky.
the baseboard heating. So we got mini splits, and we're trying to kind of counter it. That should be fun.
People in Calgary didn't really use mini splits. Look, I got stabbed. Oh my God. Shannon's going like this. I've had this since '79. My ex-wife Lynn, we like Lynn. We get along with Lynn. She's really cool. She made this one. I was not even married to her yet. We were dating. She was awesome.
And it will always fit you. It's like one size fits all.
One size fits all. Everyone liked this. I remember there was I went to this big office party that she had, and all the government workers were there, and I'd never seen people dress up for Halloween as adults. Until I was 19. That wasn't a thing. I hadn't done it in years, right? So it's Halloween, as my grandmother would say. I haven't trick-or-treated since when were you? What was the last time? How old were you?
Well, last time I went trick-or-treating was when we took the kids out trick-or-treating. So
No,
we're
for
actually
you.
there. Oh, me? Oh my gosh. I don't know, eons ago.
Like 14?
Like what?
Were you 14?
I think I stopped like maybe 12.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't super tall, but I was quite tall, so you kind of got to a point where...
Well, yeah, but you're 5'9". You're not short.
No, but I was short, like I was tall back then, and so, you know, you don't want to be like 6 foot.
When Shannon was modeling, at 5'9", she was too short. She modeled for 5 years, and then they came up to her and they said, well, you can't go to Europe because you're too short?
Little short.
You're not short at all. That's so kooky. I didn't realize you had to be that tall.
And then as you age, you just get shorter and shorter and shorter.
Everything shrinks.
Oh. So, people wore clothes like that unironically in 1979.
Yeah, it was, I think in 79, it's so weird, right after Halloween, when I think about it now, right after Halloween, a few months later, December 8th, 1980, we lost John Lennon. Now there's something spooky. I was just telling Shannon the other day, I said, that's the one death that really bothered me. I'm going, you can't kill John Lennon. That's not allowed. It's like, it was so weird. Yeah. How do we get off that? I don't know.
Have you ever interviewed any members of Pink Floyd?
No, I'd like to. I was just talking to Lee Harris, who is Nick Mason's guitar player. I interviewed Lee a few months ago, and he said, hey, John, we're doing North America. You might want to use the rest of the interview. And I said, Lee, I'll get on it in a few days. I'd love to. Lee's Such a nice man, a talented musician. And he's coming to North America with Nick Mason. I'm sure he'd get me tickets if he comes close. I haven't looked at the dates yet. They'll probably come to Boston, I would think.
Rick, Top 40 Hub. In the cool of the
Hey.
evening, when everything is getting kind of groovy, name that song, John and Shannon.
What song?
Just any
Oh, you mean groovy? Like
yeah.
you mean?
Just what song would you?
What do you mean by groovy?
In the cool of the evening, when everything is getting kind of groovy, what kind of song do you like?
I think you just gave us permission to do something.
What's a song that we like to listen to?
I don't think he means that, honey.
Oh, what?
You know what he means.
I
I don't know. You know, our song is One Headlight by Wallflowers. That was the big song when we met.
We met, that was a song that was playing. Right
We'd take these long road trips, and I don't know why I didn't buy the CD. It's so kooky. We'd wait for it to come on, and when it came on, I felt like something came through my heart. What? That was our song. Do. Got any stuff? Rocky Horror Picture Show in '79 was also the year that I went to see Rocky Horror Picture Show for I saw it twice in Miramichi, New Brunswick, where I'm from, and then I went and they were throwing toast and doing all that stuff. Oh, Tortor Porco.
Thank you. What is your favorite memory or experience from when you worked at?
I never worked at 630 Ched. I was in Edmonton at when 630 Ched was a big AM radio station. I worked at 14 CFUN, which, by the way, was an even bigger station. 14 CFUN in Vancouver, 630 Ched was in Edmonton. I worked for one of the top DJs who worked at Ched, Len Tucson. Len's a treasure of a broadcaster and taught me an awful lot. Really hard on me. I always say that. I'd be remiss if I didn't say that. He was really, really hard on me. But I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Len. But he worked at Ched. He was their evening announcer and then became a program director, CKRA. And in '83, he gave me my first job. There you go. Doo-doo-doo. Thank you for the super chat donation. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Getty says, interview suggestions, great Canadian son, singer, performers, Adam Cohen and Kiefer Sutherland, son of native NB actor too.
I don't know if I'd get Kiefer. I'd like to. Yeah, Mr. Cohen, that'd be great. I've never tried. Bruce Coburn has a new greatest hits package, I think, hopefully with some new songs on it. I'm going to contact True North Records and see if I can get them. Bruce, anyone who crosses over to the U.S. will get a lot of videos on this channel. But if they haven't, they are basically on the Rock History Canada channel. Because it's too late to sort of spread the gospel for any of these bands. But anyway, we'll always promote them on all channels.
Rick, Top 40 Hub, I won a Boulevard digital watch from CFUN 76.
Oh my God, really? Yeah, that was a few years before I got there. I got there in 1990. I started working for them in 1990. CFUN was the greatest honor to be on the air on that radio station, that they entrusted me with their station for I think it was, in the beginning it was 6 hours a week, and then it went to 12, and then I went to the FM station, which is the station I'm still at right now.
Alex is wondering, how are the kids doing?
Thank you for asking, Alex.
Really adjusting well, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Shanny's kind of a super mom. Wow. Shanny gets up, and Chase and I are going like, what's my middle name? And Shannon's going, we're going to do this, this, and this today. We're going to do this. Oh, I can't phone these people because it's out east and out west, rather. And she gets up and she wants to call people. I'm like, oh my God.
Just checking off, closing the file.
She likes to close the file. It's Halloween on Sunday, right? Yes.
Yes. Mark says, salutations from the Rockies of Utah.
Oh, cool. Utah is the place that I want to be.
Alex says, great news, Chase is such a good drummer. He is drumming all the time.
All the time now. We're going to have to put a barn door over here.
Just to kind of muffle
because it's so loud, because it's an echo chamber, because the stairs are going up there.
Everything's open.
Everything's open. We put rug on the stairs, hoping that would help. Mind you, one of us is clumsy. It's not me. It's not the dog. So Shannon fell before we left and broke her foot in 2 places.
But recovered.
Which was sad because you have really cute little feet. I know, I always say that. But...
Which was sad because I laid on the couch and ordered them around nonstop.
Oh my God.
But I'm telling
and
you,
her foot was like this big.
I'm telling you right now, their watches, they were like hitting all the steps because they were moving back
We're
and
getting
forth
a lot
for
of
me every day.
We're at 24%, but you're charging. That's good. Okay, good.
Alex says rock on. Maria says there's cops outside. Ooh.
Outside of your place? I wonder what's going on. We're always the neighbors. I think everyone does that. Looks out the window. Go. Ooh. Oh.
I wonder if she's talking.
Oh, you're talking about us?
And behind us.
Oh yeah, probably. That's the highway over there. The Trans-Canada Highway is behind us. And then there's a road called Gorge Road, which is right over there. And yeah, that's the information that you don't need.
Yeah, she said no, yours. There was flashing lights.
Oh.
Actually, right far behind us, we have an EMS station, so we can never hear it. But that's
yeah, they're not allowed to.
The flashing. Gotta go by Happy Halloween. Oh, bye, Alex. Thank you for
Bye,
joining
Alex.
us.
Thank you. Take care, buddy.
Getty was saying Kiefer also runs his own record label on the side. He performed in Montreal recently, singing country repertoire. Thanks big time for all you guys do.
Oh, thank you. I'll look at. Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I've got this. Oh my God, I've got these crazy songs in my head. None of them are Halloween songs. I can't sing anyway. We can't all sing like you, Shannon.
Yeah, well, I've said time and time again, I'm by far the worst singer.
Yeah, but you know you're not a great singer, so it's cute when you sing. So that's the cute thing. Look, I got the Zon cover over there for you guys, Canadian listeners. The first.
That actually looks kind of spooky.
Yeah, Astral Projector by Zon. It's a spooky album cover. I can't go through there. Can you go pick it up? Oh, never mind. No, next time. She can't get through that either.
I'm covered with cords.
We've got lights all over the place. Okay. Hello. Love the interviews of Barry Goodrow and Jim Mastia. They shed a new light on the evolving, making a boss. I mean, it still was Tom Scholl's major thing. And anyone who tells you, and they didn't say, Jim Mastia was kind of saying he wrote some of the songs, and I'm sure that could have happened. But the bulk of it was done by Tom Scholz. So, but they were, Barry was great too. It was an honor to talk to those two guys. You know, it's a bucket list thing. I mean, I'd like to talk to Tom Scholz, but there you go.
Peter says, do you folks still have a vinyl record collection?
Yeah, it's right over there. I can't show you, but because everything's on a tripod. But yes, we do. We're really far away from the camera.
Like super far.
Like super far. We're not going to talk right now. We're just going to look at the screen. We're not. People say they must be drunk. No, we're not. Not at all. But the little dog's here. He's cute. Look at this.
Christopher says, I thought it was Sib Hashan who drummed on the Boston.
Except Rock and Roll Band.
Albums, not Jim.
Originally, Jim Mastia did the whole album. Record company wanted to change, so they did that. And as a sort of a peace offering, Tom Scholz brought Jim Mastia back for third stage. He drummed for half of it, and Sib Hashian did the other half. And it was everything okay? Yeah. Okay. Did you hear that bump? Yeah. It was a bump in the night.
Jerry says, well, what she might lack in singing, she certainly makes up with Goddess Beauty. Happy Halloween to you guys. Oh, that's so very sweet. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's very kind.
Shannon had a couple of stalkers through the years. One guy drew this picture. It was really good, though.
It was really good.
They drew this picture of her.
A portrait.
She was wearing clothes in the picture. But he did this drawing of her. And, yeah. And I remember in one of her jobs, she was at this job, and then the people they would decide not to go with her company. And before he left, the man said, well, I'm going to miss those feet. And I'm going, he said, what? And she said, yeah, he said he's, because she used to always wear stiletto high heel shoes. And anyway, he said, I'm going to miss those feet. There you go. I don't have anybody. I've never had a stalker. Never happened.
Hi, Andy. Happy Halloween to you
Guess
as
he was
well.
a foot guy.
Kim says, love the Joseph Williams interview, John.
I love Joseph Williams. I interview Joseph Williams every day, which would mean I would be his friend if I talked to him every day. But he was one of my all-time favorite interviews. So was Rick Emmett, though. I love talking to Rick. Colin James today, just before we came on, was amazing. What a nice man. If Colin James comes to your town, you go see him. You'll be blown away.
Yeah, and he was huge in my era, for sure.
Yeah, and his new album's doing incredibly well. One of his new songs is already in his personal top 10 on Spotify. But look up Colin James. Well worth it.
John, are you getting a studio set up in the new digs?
Yeah, it's not complete. It's being painted next week. And so what we did is the foam that we have inside the studio, the baffle we used to call it, it's stapled to the wall. It's not actually stuck to the wall. I think we're going to stick to staples anyway because it has this big glue thing on the other side. If you pull it off, you're going to pull the paint off. So I don't know why I'm even mentioning that. It's useful information for everyone before they go to bed.
Christopher asked, do you stay in touch with any of your previous interview subjects?
No. Steve P, as we call him, Steve Picaro and I had a few social calls. Henry Gross and I had a few social calls, but not a lot. No, usually. They'll always go, hey, John, how's it going? I haven't talked to you in a while. They remember me. But our channel is also big enough now where a lot of the times, like Kenny Loggins was familiar with our channel when I talked to him. Who else? John Helliwell of Supertramp was familiar with my channel. A few. It's nice when they say, "Oh yeah, I've seen some of your videos," and then they'll say something. You go, "Oh God, they actually watched it."
Rick says, you know what I thought was strange was when I saw Boston in 1978. They didn't do every song from their first 2 records, but they did a couple of songs that weren't on the albums.
No, there's a few. I've got a few bootlegs from Boston, and one of them had a song that I didn't recognize, but it sounded like a Boston song. You know, it's not like they broke off into Brad Delp used to do the Beetlejuice thing, his band Beetlejuice. He's a huge Beatles fan, huge.
Morrow, you both look great. Thanks.
Thank you.
Halloween is such a great day. Are you under any lockdowns? And can you hand out candy at the door? Yes, we are on a circuit breaker, sort of can't leave our city, can't leave our zone because we're one of the hot spots.
My mom can't visit me and I can't visit my mom.
And yeah, so
or my brother. And
she's about an hour and 15 away. So we're in a lockdown for.
But I got bigger problems. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
And Halloween candy at the door, you can, but I think there's a few restrictions for that as well. I don't know if they want you to bag it up so they're individual, so that someone's not coming in and touching like a whole container or a bucket of candy. But yeah, always a little bit different. But this will be our first time to see if we do have any trick-or-treaters. So.
We didn't in Calgary last year. No. I don't think we got anybody in Calgary.
No, and we also kept our lights off. So
yeah, those few kids out there, we were peeking out.
Spacey says, you were talking about Supertramp last week, John. I never tried to pick who was better between Rick and Roger. Like the yin and the yang. They complemented each other, in my humble opinion.
Mm-hmm. I was just surprised. I think what I was saying is I was just surprised. I'm so hot I have to take my socks off because this costume is hot. I was surprised that I liked as many Rick songs. It's almost like you drink the Kool-Aid. I don't mean drink the Kool-Aid, but so many people will go forward and say, oh, it was Roger, and I like his songs just as much, but the songs that I play now are more Rick songs. I hope he's doing. He had multiple myeloma. I hope he's doing okay because a lot of people don't live with that disease very long. But he seems like he's doing okay. I hope. We haven't heard anything in a while.
Jerry C says, "Hey, Velcro works great too with adhering soundproofing."
So
that's another option.
Good. Yeah. I use staples because it's just small, little tiny staples. and they kind of do the trick. And if you want to take them out, that you really can't see the damage. The Velcro thing, you still have to stick something on.
Mm-hmm.
And since we're painting the entire house, that's a lot of painting, a lot.
Barry says, hi, hope everyone's well. Yes, we are, thank you.
Hope you're okay.
Bill says, hey guys, happy Halloween, my favorite day of the year. You look like you're about to mash, doing the monster mash.
We were doing the monster mash a while ago.
Before.
Yeah, Shannon put on her little dress, which is really short, and she was dancing for me, and I'm going, I'm really happy right now.
Yeah, but you're dying, Sean.
I'm dying. Dying in love.
Right Note says, I was listening to Faith Lift today by Spirit of the West, and I was wondering if you ever had the chance to interview John Man.
No, never had a chance to. That was a sad story. You know, it's always sad to lose people and lose people that way. Yeah, but no, never did.
Foggy Brain says, hey, I'm from Illinois. I really enjoyed your Dennis DeYoung interview.
Thank you.
By the way, you look great. Thanks.
Thank you. Dennis was a treat. Dennis asked Russ, I'll always say this because it meant so much to me. Out of nowhere, his publicist says, hey, Dennis DeYoung would like you to interview him. And I went, what? So, yeah. And then during the interview, he even said, you know, Mr. In the beginning, he says, John Beaudin. How are you doing, John Beaudin? I was curious on what kind of questions you would ask me, John Beaudin. And in the middle of the interview, he said it again. He said, you know, I asked for you, you know. I said, well, good, thank you. He said, I was just curious on who you were because he's seen some of our videos. Here you go.
And that's quite a compliment because a lot of the, a lot of these interviews, you're asked to do them. So that's...
Yeah, we asked.
Nice it says.
Yeah, she's going to get on the hold on. You're going to even up the picture a little bit.
Oh, good.
That's better. There you go.
Hey, John, have you ever interviewed any of the remaining guys that were from prison?
No, I tried to get Rocket Norton. Never heard back. I have a few connections with Canadian music where I can get a hold of people, and the gentleman I have is a good connection. He knows everybody. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm so tired.
Well, I think you're tired because you're losing a lot of blood.
Oh, I'm losing blood. What? Thank you, honey.
Peter says, what you do for music journalism is kind of perfect at John.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. I appreciate that. We work hard at it. We could always work harder. We're trying to expand right now. So buy a t-shirt, everybody. Buy a t-shirt because we use that money to advertise, and we haven't advertised an awful lot. Our channel, I think, should be a little bit bigger, but it's easy for me to say that.
Kevin Glenn. Hey, Shannon and John. Hey, hi.
Oh, Kevin Gallen. I went to school with Kevin. Hi, Kevin. How you doing? How's the Boston Bruins doing? Big Boston Bruins.
I have to put my glasses on here because I'm trying to... Space says, heard that Rick Davies was to tour with his Supertramp a few months before COVID-19 hit. Hopefully he'll still tour soon. Supertramp is the only act of my favorites that I have never seen live.
I saw them with the Famous Last Words tour, and it was unbelievable. It was really, really good. It was like I got goosebumps. It was like the first time I saw Genesis for the Duke tour in Edmonton. I think they started the tour in Edmonton, if I remember. I don't know. I asked Daryl Sturmer. I think he corrected me on that. I have to look at it again. He might have.
Maria says Steve Perry is doing a live chat on YouTube on November 5th for the release of his new Christmas album this season.
Well, we're trying. I've got a connection with Steve, and I've been trying to get him. So I don't know if I will. He's a bucket list guy. I'm trying to get him. I do know he knows who I am. He knows about our channel. I do know that for sure. But we'll see. I got to get... I thought I had his gatekeeper, but it was not his gatekeeper. It was someone else. So I'm trying to find out.
Jerry C., awesome to see you guys happy with the move. How have the kids adjusted to the move? Hope is all is well. Kids have done really good. It was kind of a whirlwind, and we're just now, I think now we're finally just breathing a bit, settling a bit.
Yeah.
And,
We couldn't breathe for a while. We just couldn't. I couldn't work. I couldn't edit anything. I couldn't even look at my computer.
Because you're getting so used to your surroundings right now. You're just
Yeah.
trying to kind of find where you're placed, and you're like, okay, so we are here. We did come across the country, literally across the country. And it's just sort of
At our own expense. It was
Yeah.
very expensive.
And then us being able to kind of sit down and go, okay, so we're here, and let's just sort of regroup again, and again be a tourist in our own town, right? So,
Honey, I'm losing too much blood. I'm so tired today. I don't know why. Bah.
Bye, Rick says, gotta go. Take care. Thank
Hey, Rick.
you. Foggy Brain said also, you've seen April Wine in Triumph in concert in the 80s. Great concerts.
Saw April Wine the most of any band I've ever seen. 7 times, 8 times, 7. I think it was 7 times. So I've seen them for Stand Back. The Whole World's Going Crazy, but what was the one before that? Oh, I can't believe this is so weird. Harder, Faster, Forever for Now.
And Maria says it's the hole in your chest that's making you tired.
I know.
Right? That was a good one.
Yep, I know.
Bill says, you just gotta go ahead and crash Steve's party.
Yeah, I
I'll
got.
be on there for sure.
Yeah. Well, someone tell him you need to talk to Rock History Music. John Beaudin wants to talk to you. He's aching to talk to you.
Morrow says, what has been the most positive part of your move? Well, I think being closer to your family. We've always sort of been out west where it's been closer to mine. So it's nice that we're able to kind of, spend more time with your mom, especially, I know we're kind of in circuit breaker right now, but it's nicer as she gets older to and come back to your roots, right, John?
Yeah, Shannon came up to me. We were going to buy a house in BC because we love BC. And then she said, John, for what we can get in BC, because it's so expensive.
Let's look at your hometown, because we've always been out west for so long. And let's just, let's call it a 5-year plan even, but let's just go and experience. And we've lived in BC, we've lived in Alberta, now we're here, who knows well.
I met this lovely woman in 1997. Here's a spooky story. A psychic that used to work, she owned a store, a family store, but she ran it, did most of the work for it. So she was the face of the store. This is called Walkabout Clothing and Gifts on West Broadway in Vancouver. And I was doing Reiki. I'm still kind of a New Agey guy, but I was really a New Agey guy back then. It was a when in Rome thing because in Vancouver there's a lot of spiritual people. So we were doing Reiki. She was my Reiki master, and we were working on a native elder. And she basically told him, like, I didn't get anything out of Reiki. I don't know why it just didn't jive with me. I know the symbols and stuff. And so anyway, we were working with him, and then she miraculously told me, she says, you don't have cancer. Whatever it is in here, it's not cancer. You're worrying yourself to death. So this native elder gave us, I still have it, an eagle's feather from each wing, not from the same wing. He says, you guys are bonded forever. You don't know exactly why yet, or something. I'm going, well, he doesn't need our help. And that guy's a psychic himself. And then when we were ready to leave, she said, let me read your tea leaves. So she read my tea leaves, and she says, you're going to meet someone really soon. She's much younger than you. She's very, very pretty. And it's going to happen real soon. And I'm driving her home, and she says, oh, I got someone I want you to meet. I'm going, what? Like, she's got long hair, and she's really pretty? And I said, well, that's not psychic. I mean, you had it all planned. And then she got mad at me, and she's, you got to meet this girl. I know it's her. So I met her. So I said, okay, geez, no big deal. I was very happy being single. And I walked in, and there she was at her store. And I could tell by her body language that she must have liked me, because she had a counter that was see-through, that was all glass. And I could see she was on her tippy toes, leaning in on talking to me. And I went, well, that's good body language.
And then as we were moving, just before we moved, we found her business card, and we called her up, and
we thought she was dead.
We didn't know, so we called her up, and she answered.
Sarah Geary.
And we're like, oh my gosh, we just wanted. It's almost like we kind of picked up where we left off, and it had been like 25 years, right? And it was just so ironic. It was so,
She still had the same number.
yeah, and it was like,
And she did what she always did. She'd always go, we talked about her and stuff, and then she'd get tired and she'd always go, okay, bye now. And she'd always do that, and she did it to us again. And it's okay. That's just her way. She does it probably to everybody.
but it was so nice to kind of literally reconnecting with where you started, right?
We want to let her know, say we're still together.
We're
We
still
have
together,
2 kids.
because we never did touch base after that when we lost contact. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we got a lot of questions.
John, I'm sure you're familiar with the great rock radio programs from our younger years, such as Rock Line, King Biscuit, Metal Shop, Westwood One concerts. Did you have a favorite of any of those?
Well, all the Westwood One stuff we liked because we used to air them at K-Light where I was at, and another station I was at after that, more harder edge station. So all the Westwood One, Scott Shannon stuff, and of course the American Top 40 with Casey Kasem. Liked all that stuff, heavily influenced by that. It's hard not to be influenced by Casey Kasem because of the way he talks. Because I say this all the time, I sound like a broken record, even though his show came on record form, that he just taught people how to inflect. You got it, you got to keep, what does he say? Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. I'm Casey Kasem.
Any upcoming interviews you are really excited about?
Not one planned right now. I've got 6 we're editing right now. I can't do anything on Monday or Tuesday or even Wednesday. She always gives me hell how I say, what's the day of the week?
What, Tuesday?
Tuesday? Nothing planned, but by Tuesday, yes, Tuesday, honey, I'll have like probably 3 or 4. I have no idea who they are, but it always happens. It's rare for me to go a week without doing an interview. Very rare, even for a vampire.
Well, it was always nice because we asked the painters are starting in this area here where John does a lot of his sort of recording and his interviews, and we're like, make sure you hit this area first so that you can get back to kind of what you're doing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Are you guys into southern rock metal? Dixon Butts put out a new album that's pretty good.
Not really a metal fan. Not. I like southern rock. I'd have to. I'll check them out though. I promise I'll check them out. Yeah.
Bill says, "How y'all doing without Neil Peart? Such a loss."
Mm-hmm. Oh, where's the sticks? They're over there. Hold on, I have to go get them now. Vampire alert. Hold
oh my
on.
gosh, this is like a accent waiting to happen.
Yeah, no kidding, eh?
Seriously. So yes, our I think we showed this before, but
We always show it. We're very proud to have a piece of, well, and it has Neil's DNA on it. Oh, I'm okay. There's Chase got these sticks. Neil Peart's actual drumsticks that he used. Every little rivet on there is done by him. Yeah, Andy Curran from Anthem Records, who's this is so uncomfortable. Anyway, he
that's because now it's choking you.
whoa, that's right. Anyway, he sent Neil had seen Chase drum and Andy sent some sticks. Chase now drums like a crazy man. He's back to it 100%. Dude, spooky drumming.
The ghost of Casey Kasem was spooky.
Yeah, that's spooky. And remember, Casey did the Scooby-Doo. Hey, Scooby Snacks.
So Right Note is asking, what was the best band you saw in high school? I was lucky enough to see Rush, April Wine, and a Foot in Cold Water in the 70s.
Oh, Foot in Cold Water, yeah.
And yes, I am old.
In the morning light. Didn't see a Foot in Cold Water. Saw Rush in the 80s, not in high school. Saw April Wine, I think twice in high school, maybe 3 times. At St. Clair Rink in Miramichi, New Brunswick.
Ooh.
So, yeah, in high school we saw Trooper, we see Moxie, we saw Stampeders multiple times. Oh, I got that Stampeders interview. God, I gotta put that up.
Bill asks, how's your daughter doing dressing up? She's doing very well.
She likes wearing makeup. It's funny when Shannon will doll her up, And she looks in the mirror at herself like this, being autistic. She's so
And
cute.
she says, pretty is what she likes to say.
Yeah.
Is she dressing up? She's not dressing up for Halloween
No,
this
not
year.
for Halloween.
Do you guys remember me? It's Dan Gling from the party a while ago. We exchanged socials.
From the party?
A while ago, we exchanged socials. Brick Astley.
From what party? I haven't been to a party in a while.
Peter says Andy opened for Rush Presto Tour Hamilton.
Oh, cool.
Would love to see
Cody Hatch.
Would love to see a Robin
Trower
interview.
Yeah, I'd. There's one old interview that I have of him, but I don't own it. I have it, but I don't own it, and I don't know the announcer who's doing it, so I can't. Because when you're doing an interview with someone, you're not going to go, "Hello, I'm John Beaudin." That happens in the lobby. You don't say it, so I don't know who's the voice.
Lori Baldassi, if I want to be scared, I look at my bank book and my birth certificate.
Lori what's your podcast name? Come on, we're doing plugs. By the way, Lori, Rick Emmett said he had lunch with you when I talked to Rick a few days ago. Did you guys have lunch? And what's the podcast name and where can they see it? I know it hasn't started yet. Come on, let's give you a nice plug.
Bill says, I've seen Climax Blues Band in grade school, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
Brick says, I think Dixon Betweener introduced us. I was with my wife.
What? But where? I don't know who that is. Dixon? I don't know who that is.
Lori says, Zia Senior's View. Yes, and dinner. A senior's view.
A senior's view. But where can they... Is there a link, Lori, where people can see your podcast? I'm going to be on it. We're going to talk because I'm not technically a senior yet. I'm 61. But in some stores, I'm a senior. At Shoppers Drug Mart, I'm a senior. I get a discount, Shannon.
Yeah, in some of the grocery stores too, John.
Right on.
Right? And I think he even gets a cut on his bank fees because he's over 60.
Do I really?
Yeah, like a $4 cut a month.
Rock on. Yes. Even the dog's happy about that. You don't care.
So, Brick, if you want to, let us know where you might have seen John at his social.
Because I hadn't done a social thing in so long. I don't know.
Rick's the best. He did 2 master classes for me.
Oh my God, right on. Yeah, Rick said nice things about you. He said, oh, she's awesome. Good Italian girl. I'm so happy that you're doing that podcast.
That's right, Maria. $4 whole. That's what he saves.
What? $4 whole?
Yeah, on your bank fees.
Oh,
I know. I was like, oh
is
my
that
God,
what it is?
we've hit the big time. Look, we're just raking in all the benefits of, being on the other end.
Mm-hmm. We should have got Chase to come behind the door wearing a mask.
That would scare the heck out of me. Oh, you would have scared the heck out of me.
Slapped Ham. Anybody ever watch that guy Slapped Ham? He'd have us on his channel. He's an English guy, and he talks like this.
Laurie says the podcast will be in a week, and I'll give you the exact date.
Yeah. Well, what we'll do, Lori, is we'll if there's a banner to go along with. Oh yeah, you build banners. Give me a banner, and I'll put it on the community section of this and help you promote it. My pleasure. You've done a lot for me, but beyond that, we're friends. So of course. Do. She got me Eddie Money. Who else did you get me? I've done so many interviews, I lose track. Which is spooky. Oh, no, not really. You look really nice. You smell damn good. Holy moly.
And you smell dead.
Yeah. Costume from 79, baby. One of my favorite years in music. Got in through the outdoor. We got Supertramp Breakfast in America. We got The Wall. We got The Long Run. The Wall, I liked half The Wall. Should have been a single album. People go, oh, how can you say that, sacrilegious?
Lori says, as my Nona says, you the best.
You the best. Well, I should have got the Zon album while I was out there.
No, you can only maneuver one time. Seriously, there's so many chords here.
Well, there's a
couple,
tripod.
and there's a bunch of lights here.
Yeah, there's a tripod there, and there's these round lights that everyone sells now because everyone wants to be a YouTuber. I've noticed our numbers going down because so many people are doing this, and also, there's a honeymoon period with all channels, right? Until we're looking at ideas to switch things up a little bit.
Best Halloween songs.
Ooh, good one. Monster Mash.
That's probably one of the only ones
Little
I
Red
really
Riding
know.
Hood. Yeah, come on, give us some. I'm not big on because those are novelty songs, of course, but Thriller, Michael Jackson.
Ooh, that was good.
She can do the Thriller dance. She can do a lot of the Thriller dance. Shannon danced for a lot of years, and she's pretty good at it. You're a pretty good dancer.
And I can still dance as long as I have the chiropractor book the next day. What?
No, you don't have that. She's in really good shape.
Do you think if Michael Jackson was his Thriller self, he would have done a sequel to Thriller?
Maybe. It's hard to say. He's so unpredictable. He just was.
Maybe, because I always thought of him as kind of doing that comeback tour, that.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, doing like Thriller 2. Thriller, the gore continues. No, they wouldn't call it that. I just love Billie Jean and Steve P. Porcaro co-wrote Human Nature. Those two songs I just loved so much. And I loved Off the Wall too. Like Rock With You. It was a pleasure talking to John J.R. Robinson, who drummed on that song. And Higher Love, and God knows so much, and all that Shaka Khan Rufus stuff.
Bill says the theme from Halloween, the movie 1978.
Oh,
I know.
Yeah.
I was just talking about that earlier, saying all the Halloween movies. Actually, the very first one was the one that just really, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was that.
And
music.
John Carpenter did it. John Carpenter,
it was the music.
director. Yeah,
Seriously.
he did it.
You turn it on mute and you don't listen to anything and just watch it. You're not scared, but it's that music. It just, yeah.
But now, whenever you hear that music, you get that. You go right into that feel, that pocket of something bad's going to happen.
Eagles' Long Run King of Hollywood, written for Harvey Weinstein.
Oh God, Harvey Weinstein. Well, who was it that mentioned? Oh, today with Colin James, we talked about Don Henley a little bit. Love Don Henley. He's always been my favorite Eagle. Always, always, always. Yeah. Love to interview him one of these days. I don't know if that's ever going to happen though.
Axis says it's Count Beaudin and Shanula.
Thank you.
That's good.
Thank you for that.
That's really good.
Yeah. Buy a t-shirt. That's spooky. Oh! Thanks for everyone who's been buying t-shirts. But you know what? We're selling t-shirts. I always want people to send us. Listen, if you don't want to be on the end roll, just tell us. We won't put you on there. But I like when people send us pictures of them wearing our t-shirts. It's really nice.
J.R. Robinson was awesome. Certainly one of my favorite interviews, bar none.
Yeah, I'd like to bring him back on. We're going to bring Henry Gross back on. John J.R. Simon Phillips is my favorite drummer. I'd like to bring him on. J.R. is right up there too. Vinny Colaiuta, I'm trying to get him. I haven't tried yet, but I'm doing some of the footwork right now. Jim Keltner, I'd like to get him. Obviously, we interview more drummers because I'm a drummer, but my son's a really good drummer, so. Hey, Little Red Riding Hood.
Marie says, I can't decide which shirt to get. I just got a short sleeve shirt myself, and they actually wash well. I was quite surprised. Not the best quality out there, but...
Well, you can get a really good quality one, though, if you want. That's the thing. But they're expensive, and we don't make the prices. That Teespring just has that's what they are. You could spend a lot of money on a t-shirt, and it's more money than I usually would spend. But you can get a bargain t-shirt, and I've still got mine after a year, and I'm getting another shipment coming in just for us. I ordered one, and because of if you're ordering from your own thing, sometimes it was a problem. Anybody else doesn't have a problem, but We had a problem. Long story. Long story for me.
Rock Child of the 60s said, I literally forgot to look at the calendar. That was a reminder for this.
SMDH, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that stands for, but okay. I'm not good with initials of stuff. When people name an album, abbreviations for, I'm terrible at that.
Well, he knows OMG.
Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark. Oh my God. OMD. Old guy alert.
Oh, you're killing
He's
me.
losing it. Oh my God, his teeth just fell out. They're not my real teeth.
Oh, shaking my damn head.
Ooh.
Oh.
It's not doing it anymore. There it goes. Crazy. Halloween special. My butt, people are saying. Oh, we're going to wrap things up. 8:56 here. Time to have a cold one.
So glad you joined us tonight. Happy Halloween to everybody on this weekend. If you're going out, be safe. I don't know what the restrictions
I think adults are probably going to have just as much fun as. I hope you're living in a place where, listen, we believe in the restrictions because Shannon has an autoimmune disease. I know she looks young and healthy, but she has an autoimmune disease, and if she had COVID, we're vaccinated, double vaccinated. It wouldn't be a good thing. So we're being extra careful. We wash everything. We just have to. We can't have this thing come into our house.
But even being careful, look what happened.
I just do my best. She got me. I wasn't looking, I was too busy smelling you because you smell so good. You have good smell.
Well,
Whatever stuff you spray. What's it called? What's that spray stuff you wear?
Like what, perfume or hairspray or what?
Oh, no, hairspray. Perfume. What's it called? What's the perfume you
I've
wear?
got a couple.
What's the new one that you like? I like so much. Old woman brain.
Oh my gosh, it was Lancome.
Lancome.
It's funny. I've got about
What's
5
in
or
there?
6 and I rotate. Oh, nice to see you both. Have a great Halloween. Bye, Mauro.
See you. Thank you for just joining us. It's nice once a week for us just to come on here
Yeah.
and talk. And I like it when you, and a few people did that, when you ask me a question, if you can answer it for yourself as well, that's always kind of cool because we like to hear what you like, and it gives us an idea of, we're going to start putting questionnaires on the community tab so we can get an idea of what you want from the channel, what you'd like us to do.
And also timing. I mean, we come on here, it's 8 o'clock our time at night. But
Yes.
the big thing is what works for you, what's more sort of in your wheelhouse as
Thank
time
you.
frame goes. Because we can start at 9, we can start every Friday at 8, 7.
We wouldn't
but-
start any later than 9 because then it's getting late, and then
But depending where it is furthest to, right, it might be only 5 or 6 their time. So we just kind of want to make sure that we're mindful of everybody's schedules and stuff with time zones.
And then I'm gonna.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate your time.
She won't let me bite her neck. It's some of these kind of like laws now. You can't do that to people. You can't bite someone's neck. What's happening to the world? Hey, you guys. Love you guys.
Thank you. Bye.
See ya.